I found my father visiting my wife at work, and everything changed. After that day, I was standing outside the clinic window when I saw them through the glass, leaning too close over her desk at 3:42 p.m. My father's hand was resting on the edge of her chair, fingers almost brushing her shoulder. She was smiling in a way I hadn't seen at home in months. Not tired, not distracted, just easy. I didn't go in right away. I just stood there, pretending to scroll through my phone while watching their reflection in the glass door. He said something, and she laughed, covering her mouth like she always does when it's real. I felt this weird drop in my stomach, like missing a step in the dark. I finally pushed the door open. The bell above it made that cheap ding sound, and they both looked up at the same time. My father stepped back too quickly, like he'd been caught doing something small but wrong. "Hey," I said, trying to sound normal. "Didn't know you were here?" He cleared his throat. "Just passing by. Thought I'd check in on my wife." She stood up, smoothing her scrubs like she needed something to do with her hands. "You're early," she said to me. "I got off early," I replied. I didn't ask why he didn't tell me he was coming. I didn't ask why she didn't either. The whole thing felt off, but not enough to explode, just enough to sit under my skin. On the drive home, I kept replaying it. The way they stood close, the way they both looked at me like I'd interrupted something, even though nothing had technically happened. I told myself I was being paranoid. He's my father. She's my wife. People talk, people visit. That's normal, but it didn't feel normal. That night, she went to bed early, saying she had a headache. I stayed up, sitting on the couch with the TV on mute, staring at nothing. Around 11:30, I heard her phone buzz from the bedroom. I didn't move at first. I just listened. It buzzed again. I don't know what made me get up. I've never checked her phone before. I always thought if it got to that point, something was already broken. I guess it was. Her phone was on the nightstand, screen lighting up the dark room. A message preview popped up. Did he suspect anything today? No name saved, just a number. My chest went tight. I picked it up, unlocked it. I knew her passcode. I wish I didn't. The thread was long. Weeks, maybe months. Messages back and forth. Not explicit, not in a way you could immediately point to and say this is exactly what it is. But it was there in between the lines. The familiarity, the late night check-ins, the jokes that felt too personal. And then one message from earlier that afternoon. "I miss you already." From him. I didn't even realize I was shaking until I dropped the phone on the bed. I sat there for a long time, just staring at the floor, trying to line up what I was seeing with what I believed about my life. It didn't fit. None of it fit. She shifted in her sleep, turning toward me, and for a second I just looked at her face. This person I thought I knew completely. I felt like a stranger sitting next to her. I didn't wake her up. I couldn't. I didn't trust my voice. Instead, I went back to the living room and sat down again. The same spot, the same silence. Around 1 a.m., my phone buzzed. It was my father. "Everything okay? You seemed off earlier." I stared at the message for a long time. My hands felt cold. I typed out a reply 3 different times and deleted it each time. There wasn't a version of the truth I could send that wouldn't break something permanently, so I just wrote, "Yeah, just tired." He replied with a thumbs up. That was it. I'm still here on the couch now, hours later, listening to the fridge hum and the occasional car passing outside. I haven't confronted either of them. I don't even know where to start. I keep thinking about that message. Did he suspect anything today? I didn't, but I do now.